Hi everybody, here we are again, West Virginia Adventure Nerds, getting ready for our trip on the North Mountain Ridge Trail, just near Seneca Rocks, West Virginia. We'll be leaving tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. A couple things I wanted to just let you aware of. We were doing it as a critique of a 5-day survival pack that you can buy from the store, supposedly, with everything you need to survive for 5 days. Well, we were packing up, and the trail is very dry. It doesn't have any water on it, so we were taking extra water. So that being said, we had extra items in this pack. It wasn't super overloaded, but it was a little bit heavy. So an issue came up. When I had loaded it up with what I was going to take, and I picked it up off the ground, and it's hard to see from there, but the shoulder strap literally started separating from the backpack. So that being said, I started looking more closely at the backpack for other points of failure, and another major one came up, which was these side straps that look like a compression strap. They are sewn to this outside portion. They aren't sewn to the main portion. So the only thing holding this outside portion to the main portion is the zipper, which if it failed, literally it would open and all your contents would go onto the trail. And the pack itself would be useless. So that being said, we made a corporate decision and decided to not use these backpacks and to just go with our standard backpacks that we use on regular backpacking trips. But what we will do is we will continue to try doing it with just the contents that come with the survival pack. I did include extra water because it was obvious from the moment we opened it that there was no way in the world that this was going to last us for 5 days for water. And this is for, supposedly, I guess, for drinking, because as it says, emergency purified drinking water. Drinking, as well as you have to use it to mix with this food in order to eat, because this is all freeze-dried food. So, had to bring extra water. A couple other items that I'm bringing as extra. As you can see, I'm older and a little chubbier, and I just can't sleep on the ground that well. So I am bringing a sleeping pad, or else after one night I would not be able to stand up straight and continue with the adventure. The other thing is they provided this metal cup for cooking. There's all these directions on the freeze-dried food about it, mixing it with 1 cup or a 1/4 cup or so much water. Well, there's no measurement units on these cups. So I took it upon myself to measure out a cup and a 1/2 cup of water. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but I would put it in here and I'd make a mark, and then I would make a little indentation on the cup so that I made my own measurement marks on this cup that they provided. The other thing is they provided no silverware, no way to eat the food, no way to stir it, to mix it. So we bought plastic camp spoons and cutlery. The other thing too was that if you boil the water in this cup and then you had to mix the food with it, that was your only eating utensil. So I am packing a cook kit. I will initially attempt to use just this, and we'll critique that, but I have a feeling that that's not going to work. The other item I am taking is I'm taking Tabasco sauce, because all this freeze-dried food, it tastes like crap, and I plan on being able to eat it, so I'm going to be eating with Tabasco sauce. Our shelter will consist of a tube tent. Now, I don't think it's going to rain. We may modify this to use it. I have not opened this to see how big it is, if it'll fit more than one person, whatnot. Each of us will be carrying one of these, so we will make use of them as the time comes, and we will critique them whenever we're ready to use those. The other item I'm bringing, I'm not going to use initially, is that they had a little, what they called a camping stove, which was very basic, and these little blocks to use to cook with. I don't think they're going to work. We'll try using them initially, and we'll see how that goes. But I am bringing a folding camp stove with gas, because the last thing I want to do is try to eat freeze-dried food without boiled water on a multi-day camping trip. I think we'd all be pretty miserable if that didn't work out. Other than that, the only other items that I'm going to take, I plan on taking and using a, let's see it, what did I do with it? It's a bivy bag. It's a Soul Escape bivy. These are kind of pricey. It was about $60. Supposedly it's weatherproof and will keep you warm. This is what I'm going to be using instead of a sleeping bag, so I will critique this as well, let you know how it is. I'm hoping I don't end up sweaty and hot inside of it because it doesn't breathe. Supposedly it breathes like Gore-Tex, so we'll see. And I will initially try it without using my little tent to see if it keeps the water off of me. Other than that, I am going to take a small blanket to use as a pillow. If necessary, I get really cold inside that bivy bag, it can double as insulation. And then I just have my personal clothing. So for the most part, I'm just taking what I need. My sons that are coming with me, they've packed some extra items. Here's Nicholas right now.
Hello.
And he's looks like he's packed lots of extra items. But we will be basically using just what was in those survival packs. You got a lot of stuff.
Right on.
Okay, so that's where we are, and the next shot, we'll be seeing you from the trail.